Hello and welcome. Today we're going to tackle something that I know can be a real headache in the IELTS listening test, and that's the map labeling task.
Yeah, this is one of those tasks that can make you feel a bit lost, right? But honestly, once you have a solid strategy, you'll be able to navigate these maps with total confidence. The real secret? It's not just about what you do while you're listening, it's all about what you do in those crucial seconds before the audio even begins. You know those few seconds they give you to look at the map before the recording starts? Well, that time is absolutely golden. Seriously. What you do right then can be the difference between panic and feeling completely in control of the situation. All right, so here's the map we'll be working with today. It's the Art and History District in a town called the Sheep Market. Our job is pretty straightforward. We're going to listen to an audio tour, and we need to label the locations, numbers 15 through 20, with the correct letter from A to I. Okay, this three-step strategy is your key. First things first, you've got to orient yourself. Look for that compass so you know which way is north, south, east, and west. Step 2 is all about identifying your anchors. What are anchors? Well, they're the places that are already named on the map, like Crawley Road or the bank. These are your starting points. And finally, step 3. Try to predict the kind of language you're about to hear. We're talking about prepositions of place and directional words. All right, let's actually put this into practice, shall we? Right, let's get into the walkthrough with our first batch of questions. We're going to apply that strategy we just talked about to questions 15, 16, and 17.
Okay, first up is question 15, the Reynolds house. The audio gives us two really important clues here. Listen for on the north side of Crawley Road and next to the footpath.
So we start with our anchor, which is Crawley Road, right there at the bottom of the map. The audio says north side, which means we need to look above the road. And we can also see a little footpath leading up to the public gardens. So what's on the north side of the road and next to that path? It's got to be H. See how using an anchor narrows it down so much faster? Let's move on to number 16, the thumb. The clue for this one is pretty direct. On Hill Road, across the road from the bank. So what's our main anchor here? It's obviously the bank. Okay, first, let's find the bank on our map. There it is on the west side. Now just look directly across Hill Road. The only building right there is C. That's our answer. Simple as that. All right, question 17 is for the museum. Now the audio gives a few details, but the one that really pins it down for us is this phrase, immediately facing the junction with Hill Road. So first off, what exactly a junction? It's just where two roads meet. So let's find City Road over on the east side of the map. Now follow it until you see where Hill Road connects to it. The building that's directly opposite, the one that's facing that meeting point, is F. That's the museum. Great work. We're halfway through. Let's keep that momentum going with the final 3 locations. We'll use the exact same skills, focused listening and careful map reading. Okay, number 18 is the Contemporary Art Gallery. For this one, you really need to listen to how they describe the road. The key phrase is, the road ends at the gallery, it doesn't go anywhere else. In other words, we're looking for a dead end. Our anchor here is Station Square. Now, if you look at the map, you can see a little road that leads off from the square, heading towards Crawley Road. But look closely. That road just stops at Building G. It's a classic dead end. So, G has to be the Contemporary Art Gallery. Next up is number 19, the Warner Gallery. The clue for this one uses a comparison. Listen for on the same side of the road as the public gardens. This is a super common way they give clues in map tasks, so it's a good one to know. So, what's our reference point? It's the public gardens. Let's find them. Okay, they're on the west side of City Road. The audio says the gallery is on the same side, and also that it's near the junction with Crawley Road. So, let's look on that same side, down near the junction, and the only one that fits is I. And we're on to our last one, number 20, a place called Nucleus. Now this one's a little different. Instead of just giving a position, it gives us a whole journey to follow, a set of directions. Let's trace the route together, step by step. Okay, the directions state we start at Crawley Road, then go up through Station Square. From there we head east along Hill Road. Then we're told to take a small winding road turning off. You can see that little road heading north. As we imagine ourselves walking up that road, the building on our right is B. And there we have it, our final answer. So, there you go. We've successfully labeled the entire map. Before we finish, let's quickly recap the key language that helped us get there. You can think of this as your essential map labeling toolkit.
These prepositions and directional phrases, they're the absolute building blocks for any map task. Being able to quickly hear and understand words like next to, facing, or on your right is what makes all the difference. And of course, don't forget the nouns that describe the features on the map. You know, words like junction and footpath tell you about the layout. And those named places, like the bank or the public gardens, those are your crucial anchors. They're the starting points that help you find everything else.
So, the main takeaway here is that success with these maps isn't about luck or magic. It's all about having a solid method. If you remember to orient yourself, find those anchors, and listen carefully for that key language, you can turn what seems like a really confusing task into something much more straightforward. The only question now is, are you ready to go find another map and put this into practice?